Sorry about last week. Kids are all doing better. I finally got cleared. Our poor health and safety manager is apparently doing all this by himself across the 5 campuses and thousands of students and staff. So,
They have one person for that?
best I can tell.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Wow.
So it's not like we didn't know this was happening. Like people would be coming to campus, but okay. So apologies. Thanks for being flexible. Hopefully it wasn't too bad, and we can just kind of keep that flow happening. So, yeah, please don't come if you're sick. Hopefully that just makes sense. We'll do our best to get there. So tonight we're gonna talk about chapter 3. I did post project 1. I want to talk about it tonight in class as well. Go over any questions you might have. Everything we've done from chapter 1 and 2 should be enough to solve it. The one thing I'll need to show you is the rounding portion. There's a couple ways we can do it, a couple options, or if you just Google, I'm sure you can find out how to round numbers in Java, but that's okay. I'll show you how to as well. So project 1 will be due next week, and then next week we'll get the next project. And we'll have 2 weeks for that project, and then 2 weeks for the next project. And then we got a midterm, the last project. So if you get project 3 in this week, you've got the whole week to prepare for the midterm. Hopefully it won't be too bad. For the chapter quizzes, the auto grading is terrible on the short answers. So if you got it wrong because like you had a space or you included the word Java and it wasn't expecting the word Java and it just wanted the word bytecode or something, please just email me. Let me know. I'm happy to go correct those for you. But I prefer to have you folks look at them and tell me if it got it wrong rather than me have to go through and look at a bunch of quizzes. Yeah.
I actually could not go back and look at what it said and look at the answers.
So it shouldn't be available right away, but like after the due date, I flip it so you should be able to go see it. So if you've checked, actually this is since last week.
Like going to see what I got wrong, what I didn't.
Yeah, let me
work
check.
on, and I have no idea how to do that.
So the view should be, double check. The default wants to hide everything, so like you can't see anything in the quiz again, which is an obnoxious default. So it should show you everything with the answers and what it was expecting is the correct answer now if you go look. So probably if you look before the 7th at like 11:59 p.m., it wouldn't have shown you. So if you go to quizzes, you should be able to like click on your submission to see it. That should be available there. So yeah, just let me know if it scored you wrong, you think it was wrong, and I'm happy to go correct that for you. All right, so we fire up NetBeans, and we can start talking about, we'll talk about the project while that loads, right? So we're making sure we're going to order enough pizza for our party we're going to have, an outdoor party, don't worry. It's still fall, the weather's nice. So we need to ask the user a couple things, because we want to do this based on whatever answers they provide, right? We don't want everything coded into the program. I want to say, you tell me how many people are coming. You tell me how many slices your friends like to eat. Right? If you invite me, I'm probably eating like 5 slices of pizza. If you invite some other friends, maybe they'll eat like 1 or 2. Right? Just depends on who you invite. And again, every project will have a new GitHub repository that you're going to use. So we'll go through that same process like we did with the first project. You click the link, creates the repository, you clone it, and it makes that folder on your computer. In that folder, we start our NetBeans project, and then life is good, it can track it all. So we're going to ask the user for their name, and then we're going to use that name when we ask them for all these other things. So if I enter my name as Eric, it'll say, hey, Eric, how many guests are coming to your party? Eric, how many slices of pizza? Eric, what size pizza are you going to order? Right? Because we're going to use their name, make it sound a little personal. Now, if I type in something that's not my name, it's still going to use that text, right? Sure, if I say I'm Superman, it's going to say, Superman, how many people are coming to your party? That's okay. Anything I entered, we're just going to store as the name and use that to address the people. Or you address we'll say the user, whoever's typing in your program. Now again, this is not very interesting. We're probably not going to send it to anybody and say, hey, click this thing and type a bunch of text into a console box, but we can pretend, right? So like you're really the only user of it. But imagine someone else could click to run your Java program and all sorts of that good stuff. They would be the user at that point. Okay? So ask them how many guests are coming to the party. Ask the average number of slices of pizza each guest will eat. Again, if they say 10, sure, we don't actually care if it's a real valid number or not. Like you probably are not going to have everybody eating 10 slices of pizza, but sure, we'll do our arithmetic with that number. And they'll ask what size pizzas they want to order. So maybe, Domino's runs a special and the small pizzas, we'll get a bunch of 6-slice pizzas. Sure, why not? Or maybe we get mediums or larges, right? So we ask them what size of pizza. That'll tell us how many slices we're going to get, right? So we need to do the arithmetic. People coming to the party times the number of slices, divided by the number of slices we get in each type of pizza. And then we need to make sure we're going to round up as a whole number because you can't order half a pizza. best I can tell. Right? I've never had any luck asking for half a pizza. Maybe your pizza shop will do it for you, but like Domino's doesn't. Okay. And then you're going to submit the URL to the feedback pull request along with a self-assessment using the rubric. So the idea is you're going to go look at the rubric, because this is what I'm going to use to score it. So when you look at the rubric, it'll tell you, hey, you get a point if you ask for the user for their name. You don't even have to do anything with it. Just if you say, what's your name, you get the point. Right? Then if you use the name in all the prompts, you get another point. Sorry, it's my phone. I should probably make that quiet. There we go. Okay, and then if we ask how many guests are coming to the party, again, all you have to do is ask. You get the point. Ask how many slices of pizza. Ask what size pizza. Then actually doing the right thing, calculating it, is only worth 1 point. So like if all you do is spit out a bunch of stuff and never do any calculations, you'll still get a bunch of points. But ideally, you get all of them, right? That's sort of the goal. And then make sure the number's rounded up to the nearest whole number. So if it works out to exactly 4 pizzas, great. Don't order 5, order 4. But like 4.000001, you should order 5 pizzas. Okay, so anything above a whole number needs to be rounded up. And I'll show you a couple ways to do that. No big deal. And then another point, just for making sure you give me the right URL. Again, still practicing this. This will probably be the last time you get a point for that. But just if you give me the right feedback pull request URL, you get a point there. Does that make sense? Okay, so everything we've done in chapter 1 and 2 should be enough to do this. Right? So when we're asking them the size here, right, we need to have some logic to say, hey, if they said small, I have to do this arithmetic. If they said medium, I have to do this arithmetic. If they said large, I have to do this arithmetic. Right? Because the numbers are going to be different each time. Or you can use a variable, set that variable, and then do the exact same arithmetic. Either way is perfectly fine. Right? In general, if you have the same code more than once, you should feel bad about yourself. But, you know, we're still learning, and it's okay. So if we have the same arithmetic, and the only thing that's different is the number of slices each time, that's okay. Not a big deal. Shouldn't feel too bad. Oh, there's a couple ways to do it. So I'll show you when I go over the solution next week, first thing at 6 p.m., or by the time we actually get started, maybe like 6:05. I'll go over a solution, and I'll show you how I might go about solving it. Just because I solved it one way doesn't mean your way's wrong. Right? That's kind of the fun of programming, is it really is an art as much of it is as a science. Tons of different ways of going about solving the problems. I gotta grab this. I forgot to be watching chat here. Show me this. There we go. Bell asked if you can order something other than pizza. If you want to have something else, maybe. But like it has to be sizes and things. So like if you want to have fun with it, go for it. You can tweak it. You can ask if they believe pineapples should go on pizza or not. You know, you can have that debate with your computer if you want. No big deal. Turns out the whole thing though, people saying fruit doesn't belong on pizza, they don't really understand what a tomato is.